Joining me now, Fox News contributor, nationally syndicated columnist, and author of the book Things That Matter, Dr. Charles Krauthammer. Great to see you, Charles. So anything can happen with Donald Trump on that stage, and she's got to find it very disconcerting. Here we are about 2 weeks out from the first debate.
That's true, and I think she might have made a strategic error because she's been very extremely heavy in the criticism, calling him everything unstable, essentially psychopathic, racist. I mean, these are a string of attacks that maybe might have been more strategically placed after the debates, because what she has done is she has set the bar so low for Trump that if he just shows up not foaming at the mouth, if he looks normal, relaxed, and sort of reasonable, he wins automatically. I think that's happened a lot in the past as well. I think in 1980, the strategy of the Carter campaign was to make Ronald Reagan extreme, somebody that you couldn't possibly imagine, somebody unstable, it would be a danger to the world. And then he shows up in the debate with Jimmy Carter. He's affable, he's relaxed, and then he came out with that single line, had nothing to do with anything. I think it was Jimmy Carter accusing him of wanting to cut back Social Security. And Reagan's answer simply was, it wasn't a policy answer, it was, there you go again. And the air came out of the balloon. Yeah, the air came out of the balloon. People said, we can live with this guy. And he won in a landslide.
Well, the other thing that Reagan had, and that Donald Trump has as well, is a healthy sense of humor. And what do you think about that? Because Trump, he has the ability to win over an audience. His ability to penetrate that lens goes beyond just being interesting, which he clearly is. He is funny. She is not. And that makes you kind of warm up to a character on TV.
Well, when if you watched any of the debates in the primaries, and unfortunately I was sentenced to watch all of them, you were sentenced to participate in some of them and live the aftermath. I mean, on policy and on substance, Trump was, he didn't do very well, let's put it kindly. But when it came to whether he came out of it with people having a better feeling about him, the facts are, whatever the polling showed, that his numbers kept going up, and he kept winning primaries. So it does show that it is, look, the debate forum is one about personality and comfort. It's not about policy. With Kennedy beat Nixon in the first debate, in the first sort of history of these debates, it was because he looked better. You know, he did makeup and Nixon didn't. It's quite simple. The fact is that people who heard the debate on radio thought Nixon won, and those who watched it thought that Kennedy won, because Nixon was sweating. Okay, and that's what is remembered.
So that raises an interesting question, because I think one of the reasons people thought Trump won, even though he may not have scored the most points on policy, is because he was so unusual. He is an outsider in so many ways, and they liked that. They liked that he was different, and he didn't play by the same rules as the others. So does he do that in these debates, or does he show up as presidential Trump?
Well, I mean, I think he'll just show up as who he is, because he can't he won't be reading from a teleprompter. I think that the key in the Republican primary debates, it wasn't only that he was an outsider, is that he's an entertainer. And he made you feel comfortable. That's the essence of entertaining. As you know, it's, for example, hosting a show, say, a late-night comedy show. Everybody says, oh, that looks easy, I could do that. But it is extremely hard to do. Looking natural is the most unnatural thing in the world when a camera is on you. And anybody who's done it knows it. He has had cameras on him. He's very comfortable. And she's coming in with extremely high expectations. She's been at this for 25 years. He's a novice. She has been, on television, on camera, answering questions forever. He's new at this. But I think what he really is not new at, and that she has never really mastered, is how to endear yourself with an audience, ingratiate yourself, and he's got a way of doing it. How to charm. You got to know how to charm up on that presidential debate stage. And he may offend with his attempts, but it's like the same number of people who are offended are charmed on the other side. Charles, it's how I feel whenever I see you. Not the offended part, but the charmed. Thank you for being here. My pleasure.